Shawn. Shawn,
Yo, yo.
what's going on?
I'm good, sir. How you?
Can't call it, man. Happy for you. I'm assuming that today's announcement is gonna be about uh man. Don't help me. Don't help me. It's I just talked to him because he was telling me, he was like, yeah, man, I might be on the card, and I know you training them, right? He came to my party. It's with a Q and a T last names. It's gonna
Yeah.
come to me. Quit. No, Qua. No, nope. It's Lord.
Marvelous.
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 I know it's Teller. I
Marvelous.
know it's Teller, man. I can't remember the first name.
It
What is the
is
first
Taylor.
name?
It is Taylor. Spelled Marquise, but if
Marquise.
I'm
That's
mistaken,
right.
pronounce it.
Marquise Taylor.
Yeah.
Marvelous
Yeah.
Marquise Taylor. He had a great showing in the open sparring session of
Right.
Turkey Al Sheik, and the rumor is
Yeah.
he's won him a position on the undercard. Are you coming to confirm that?
Doing the best I can to create that rumor and keep that rumor going and make that rumor a realization. And I tell you what, when we do finally cross that bridge and we know that we are definitely on that card, I'll definitely come back on here with Marquise, and we'll wrap with you for a minute.
Well, let's get into some of that speculation over that particular knockout. He is defending himself online, but there are some that believe it was a behind the head shot. What did you feel?
Looked the same to me. It did. It did look behind the head. You got to really play that thing over and over and over. And the bottom line is this, and this is what Marcus said. It's the game is to hurt, and if at some point you as a fighter you hit your guy turns his head, and you're doing what you need to do to get your fighter out of there. If that guy can't prevent himself from getting hit wherever it is you choose to unload at, you got to understand that he's unloading coming down on the punch, and it wasn't purposeful. He wasn't purposely trying to hit this dude anywhere beyond here, So we watched it together. I laughed at it and I said, man, it looked behind the head, but it also looks like the side of the head, looks right there on the ear. But the bottom line is this: you did something that nobody else did. The bottom line is this: you look like somebody that nobody else looked like. You know what I mean? The dude looked ready to go next week if he needed to be, and then nobody else do it like that out there in New York.
Yeah, man. He certainly, in terms of shows, he put one on. And when I asked him about it, he said, "Look, this is an audition. I'm out here trying to get on the undercard. I didn't mean to
Right,
hit anybody behind the head. I did what I was, what I had to do. You feel me? So
right, right.
I hear him, but there's no notice of potential opponent. These are just one-way auditions. If you
Hey
make it, you
yo,
find out
and let's also say this though: the punch that started everything was a legit punch.
for sure.
So we talking about what finished him off. Let's talk about what started the dang thing. Now, if it's a ref in the ring and it's just a true sparring session, at that point somebody gets in between and says, "Whoa, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up." You know what I mean? Like that's how the respect in a sparring. But it was beyond the sparring session, and it was like everybody said, an audition to get a little bit further in life, further in your career. And he did what he needed to do.
Now you're acting as advisor. There was a few other people's there auditioning. Rumor has it Hernandez got the nod as well. He's another 60 pounder. Is Marquise trying to fight at 60 or 54? Because he could find himself in there with Hernandez. Is that a fight you guys would take?
Marcus Taylor is comfortable at 160 pounds. He, as we have determined, he has enough time and room to grow at that weight, to become a better boxer at that weight. And I told him, I'd rather you get better, get stronger, get everything more at 160 pounds, opposed to us trying to improve you as a fighter, all the while you're trying to lose weight. Don't make sense. And that's something that a lot of these fighters come up against, and they don't understand that. You're working so hard at trying to get it better, but you're working just as hard at trying to lose weight. Now you actually taking a hit on getting better because your focus is not on getting better now. It's on losing weight. So we scratched that, man. We fighting at 160, and we taking on all challengers, especially those who have a no.
Now, this is still your first fighter that you're working with, quote unquote, advising. are you having fun? Is this something you can see yourself doing, or is this because it's a personal relationship with Marquise? You're trying to just help him out, fight by fight cases. Like, how is Shawn Porter looking at this new advisory role, training role, the position you're in?
I'm definitely trying to, make this a fight by fight, fighter by fighter situation. I'm not trying to take on three, four, five fighters at one time. I pretty much advise anybody I come across anyway, so that's something that I feel, I tell guys all the time, why would I charge you to make a call that takes me 5 minutes to make and I'm driving somewhere, I got nothing else to do, but I'm charging you for a 5 minute phone call? Don't make sense to me. That's how the business do it. That ain't how I do it, So anybody that wants advice, anybody that wants to be advised on anything, that's me all day and all night. But it's in terms of working with a fighter, training a fighter, and things of that nature. Right now, I really only got time for Marcus, and we doing the best we can to make this thing happen for him. It is a personal thing with him, but it goes beyond that, and it goes into, hey, he was the first one, and the conversation that we had, it let me know, very quickly that he was the right one for me.
Now, is he the only one? But will he still be the only one if a higher profile fighter came around? I seen your criticism of Edgar Belonga. What if Edgar heard your criticism and is like, you know what, Shawn? I respect what you said, bro. Work with me, man. Work with me.
You know,
Can you turn him around?
there have been two other fighters that have asked me to work with them. I'm not going to name any of these fighters, but I told both of them. One is on the other side of the world, practically. And that fighter, I told that fighter, if you can get to Las Vegas, I can do something with you. There's a fighter here that I've entertained doing some things with from time to time. Is the most important thing is the consistency. So even with me and Marcus, we're trying to get consistent with everything that we're doing. Him being in Houston, me being out here in Las Vegas. But if Edgar Berlanga or anybody else is in a position where they want me to work with them, if you can get to Las Vegas and we can make this timeline make sense and we can get some consistency, I will help. I don't have a problem in my bones with helping. To me, I shouldn't charge you for help. I get it. I get how the landscape of boxing is cultivated, has been cultivated and worked out and everything. But I'm not really looking to make money on fighters. I'm looking to make guys realize their potential and live the dreams that they've set for themselves.
But specifically, Edgar, do you think you can take him to that level he's been trying to get to? World champion, world title challenger that achieves that world title. Like, do you think you can, do you see that potential there? And do you think he can, with your help, he can become a world champion?
I'll make this quick and concise. It's first up to the fighter. The fighter has to understand that these are some of the things that I lack, and these are the things I'm going to have to improve on. Do I think that Edgar Berlanga, who's 27 or 28 now, I believe, do I think that he has the ability to come to the gym, listen to someone, listen to one who's slightly older than him, smaller, shorter in stature than him? I don't know if he would respect me enough, especially from a standpoint of me being as open towards the way I feel about his boxing and things like that. I'm not even sure he would be open to it, but if he was, I 100% would. But the other side of that is you also have to have a coach, someone who understands the techniques, the things, everything that's needed to help him become better and can actually initiate those things. I do think that I have the capabilities of doing it, but it's on Edgar, whether or not he wants to improve, and then he's got to find the right person to help him do that. And I'm certainly not going to try to advocate for a position to train Edgar simply because he comes with a lot more than just going to the gym, going to the track, going to the mountain, going to the swimming pool. He comes with a a public uh
A
how
persona,
do
he's
I
got a
say?
lifestyle.
Yeah. And that too. As a coach, you have to fit into a fighter's persona. That fighter has to fit into your persona. And let's say again, you got somebody who's flamboyant and all about, lights, camera, action, all that kind of stuff. That's beautiful. That's great. But I just need you to be able to humble yourself, come away from that for the time being, get the work in. And as long as I can see you getting the work in, go ahead and do that. Now, if I personally feel like that is hindering the training or that's hindering the life that you should be living, could be living, I'll speak up and say something. And I think it's a lot of fighters out there that need someone to speak up and help them navigate their life, not just their career.
For sure.
So again, I don't know if that's something that Edgar would be interested in. And like, man, I want to go on record for saying this. I really do like Edgar. I stood next to that dude doing a telecast on the zone, and the whole time he's talking to me, he doesn't know what I'm thinking, and I'm thinking to myself like, wow, this dude, he loves this, and I have to respect anybody that loves it and does the best they can to put their time into it. I'm someone who didn't love it, but I put the time in. I worked hard, and I had phenomenal guidance. Not everybody has that.
What's your thoughts? The last question on Edgar, since we're talking about it, your thoughts with this hand wrap situation and the, I guess, accusations swirling. I know that in New York, hands get wrapped differently. Nassim Richardson had issues with Trinidad's wraps, and people have issues with the way double stacking, but that is in different commissions. I don't know if New York allows double stacking. Do you, as a fighter that fought in the Barkley, do you know that? Did you find his wraps suspicious? Should an investigation be started?
I saw one picture one time, didn't really look into it, didn't really, dive into it very much. I don't think there's an investigation that needs to be initiated. I think what happened was going to happen. You had a you had A boxer in the ring with a B minus boxer, B minus being Edgar Berlanga, and A showed up and was A plus on fight night. I knew Shiraz was a good boxer. I could see that in that first round, he threw some things at the end of that round. I said, "Yo, this dude is really trying to hurt tonight." That I felt that knockout was practically inevitable, especially when you're Edgar Berlanga, who lacks defense, who lacks the offense to support the defense, and so on. So, yeah, I would let it go. It didn't look like much to me. Everybody raps differently. That's an English kid coming over here, and if the New York State Athletic Commission approved it, them guys is tight. They watching everything all the time, so I can't imagine something got past them.
Now, you said you're not charging for these phone calls. I'm just wondering. We have to have a
I'm
lot of this.
charging you.
We have to have a lot of the same phone numbers. I see ammo in the WBC. Maybe you can contact Suleiman or Matchroom. Is that a fight you tried to get for Taylor? I see Shane Mosley, Las Vegas resident, very inactive
Yeah,
since the Daniel Jacobs fight. Another
right.
person that could possibly, want to fight with Marquise at 60. Even Troy Isley with Top Rank called Brad. Isn't Isley ready
Yeah.
for that step up with Marquise?
Woo! Listen, top to bottom, Marvelous and I, we talked about Ammo just the other day. He said Ammo already got a card coming up, and he's probably already has a match.
Well,
I'm like, man,
FYI,
like,
man, I don't know how good you are, but Ammo is on this card, but he just got a late replacement. I mean, it's obviously too late for Marquise, but yeah, they just gave him a new opponent this week.
okay, he's on the September card.
Ammo should be fighting this weekend.
Oh, this weekend. Okay, yeah, I got you. I got
Yeah,
you.
with
Yeah, that's
Kevin
what Mark.
Cunningham.
Yeah, Marcus told me he was fighting soon, and so we kind of like, all right, that doesn't work
Yeah.
in our timeline. I've been trying to get Marcus back in the ring since June. We've been wanting to get him back in the ring well before June. We wanted to get him going at the early part of March. One thing leads to another. It's the game. You move forward and you're talking about Sugar Shane, or not Sugar, but Shane Mosley Jr. Spoke with him a couple weeks ago. He's at 168. I said, cool, big dog. You stay at 68. We stand at 60. We're
Did
not
he
gonna
say
bother you.
68 to you? Because I promise you, he told me he's trying to come down to 60, not 68.
You
He said,
know,
and he just got ranked in the WBC at 60. If you notice, they posted it yesterday. I could pull it up.
Man, then he said for the right fight. Now I'm mixing up words. Either for the right fight he'd go to 60, or the right fight he'd stay at 68. I'm not sure which one, but the conversation that he and I had, it didn't really lead towards a fight between him and Marvelous Taylor. But then you're talking about Troy Isley. Now Troy
Yeah,
might
put your
even
attention
still
to
be.
this, just so when you
Mhm.
do call him, he's ranked, man. Tell him, let's get the squabble. He number 4, man. Tell him stop that.
See, that's the thing right there. The thing right there is Troy is ranked ahead of Marcus,
No,
and
he's ranked
and we don't.
behind him. Yeah,
Is he?
well. I'm sorry. Shane is ranked ahead of Marcus, and
Right.
Taylor is definitely behind. I think Taylor's 14 in the rankings.
Right, that's what I'm saying. And so, when I went to Germany to petition for him to be bumped up, I'm looking at Shane. I'm looking at a couple of other names, especially Troy Isley, ranked ahead of Marcus even
Damn, you went
before
all the way to
I went
Germany.
to
You went to
Germany.
Hamburg for the WBC press
Yeah,
convention. Was it to be
yeah.
part of the convention or specifically to represent Marquise Taylor?
I wouldn't have been there if I wasn't representing Marquise.
Wow, shout out to you, man. You taking this
Yeah.
serious. Hamburg,
No,
Germany.
no, no.
They invited me. I said, nah, I'm good.
It was a good time, man. The WBC always puts on, and they know what's going on. But the Troy Isley fight, I think that's too soon for Troy. I think Marcus is a bit much for Troy, especially when you got someone like me who's helping Marcus game plan, preparation, the list goes on. That's a lot for Troy right now. You're right. Step up time for Troy, but it ain't Marcus Taylor, even though Marcus is ranked behind him. Now, in order for us to get bumped up, if we got to take a fight like that, it kind of is what it is. But, I definitely want to see Troy go a different route before getting in the ring with Marcus Taylor. Definitely was looking at ammo. Shiraz has moved up to 168 now. We looking at guys that got O's. Simple as that. Marcus is the O snatcher. He believes in it. I believe in Marcus. You don't got an O. You got a loss or two, but you ranked in that top 8 beyond. We want you.
So I'm going to double down because you keep saying that, and I don't know that I got an answer. Are you willing to allow him to fight Hector Bermudez fighter Yoneli Hernandez that just beat Chiron? Very
I
young,
have
but
not. Yeah, is he a Cuban fighter?
he's a Cuban, but he's not your average.
Yeah.
He's not doing the Cuban stuff.
Yeah, he said he not doing the Cuban stuff.
Nah.
Ugas, as I was told, there's like two different regions over there. There's one region where most of the Olympians come from. They're the boxers, they're the slick guys. And then there's another region where guys like Ugas come from, where they want to, buckle down and bang with you and stuff like that. So
Well, he's one of those
Lenny,
buckled
he must
down
be the
guys.
yeah, and we got no problem with that. Again, you ain't no, and you thinking that because you come from that school, you ready for it. It's a lot of guys that's not ready for Marcus Taylor. I would say this about Marcus even if I wasn't working with him. He is one of boxing's best kept secrets. He Marcus got some tools, and the biggest tool is this one right here, man. And he got a lot to work with.
I know this was about Marquis, so if you are pressed for time, we could wrap it up. If you got time, I got plenty of questions from the people.
Man, this wasn't about Marcus. I came on here to promote me.
Yeah. Yeah. You as an
Yeah.
advisor,
Now I do this real quick. The Portaway podcast is live at the HyperX Arena tomorrow night, 6 p.m. The doors open at 5:30. It's open to the public, completely free. We just want y'all to come hang out with us while we do our thing. The HyperX Arena is the esports arena right here at the Luxor here in Las Vegas. And we'll be there just hanging out. It's a post-weigh-in show, pre-fight show. We're talking about all things Pac versus Barrios fight night, all the fights that are happening on fight night.
any planned guests from Fight Week gonna show up?
I'm hoping I can get Keith Thurman in the building, man.
Okay.
Keith gets to town tomorrow, and I'm hoping that he makes some time to come hang out with us. He's the only guest we're gonna have, but only because it's gonna be four of us on the show with my guy Carson A. Merck joining the podcast. He's been off for a while, so he pretty much is a special guest because he ain't been with us in such a long time.
For sure. Shout out
Yeah,
to
I
Keith,
got. I could
man.
take some questions. Yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah. Shout out to Key. Yeah, I could take some questions, but as you can see, man, I got my
Yeah,
hands
now
full
the
with the
minute you
kitty.
ready, you let me know. I got Donald from
Okay.
Baton Rouge. Would you
Let's
take
do
a
five
Jake Paul
questions.
fight?
Yeah, of course we take the Jake Paul fight. Jake Paul ain't looking at Marcus Taylor. Marcus Taylor
No,
is
no.
a
I think he talking
boxer.
about you taking the Jake Paul fight.
Oh, oh no, I don't have the kind of following needed to get in the ring with Jake Paul.
Well, I had Turkey Al Sheik on yesterday, and obviously he wants to make AJ so he could kill Jake Paul. I asked him to make Berlanga Jake Paul. Who wins that fight? Can
Berlanga
Berlanga?
beats Jake Paul.
Oh, you think he beats him?
J- Berlanga beats Jake Paul because this is what I've said about Edgar. Edgar, to me, he doesn't work off of the jab. When you're not working off of the jab, he doesn't work off feints. When you don't work off feints, he doesn't work off of foot movement. Those three things, when you aren't doing those three things, what are you doing to set up an opponent? What are you doing to set yourself up for success through the course of a fight? He doesn't do those things. But against someone else who doesn't know how to do those things, against someone else he goes into the ring fully confident against, yeah, he beating Jake Paul.
Now, specifically that jab, it looked good in the first couple of rounds with Hamza. I hated that he got
The
away
second
from it.
round, yeah, the second round he started using that jab. I said, all right, let's do it.
Yeah, you could tell that you could see the amateur skills there, but he didn't stick to the game plan. I wonder, if his mental discipline. I got Mr. Perfect in Detroit. He says, "Don't cap emoji. If Earl and Keith fight, who do you have winning?"
Did he say don't cap emoji?
Yeah, well, he wrote the emoji. I mean,
Uh,
he put the emoji. I got to tell you what it is.
okay. If Keith and Earl got in the ring tomorrow, who would win? There's no telling how far away from greatness Earl is now. You
Okay.
know, we saw Keith in the ring a couple months ago. He looked good. He looked the way he was supposed to look. I think I got a feeling Earl's a little bit further away from a stellar performance than Keith is. I would actually take Keith in that.
Uh, I got Huang out of Houston and says, "Do you see Ness calling a ring magazine card in the future? And do you have any pointers you can give him since you seem to be a natural fit?" Yeah, man, congratulations
Who
to
is
all
it?
your success, man. You've commentated on all the broadcasts now,
Thank
man.
you.
Salute.
I'm waiting on Prime. Prime. So Prime, I did Prime when I was in Australia, but it wasn't that was a Fox telecast, and then they just viewed it on Prime. Not the same. But what was the question?
Uh, do you see me doing any ring magazine cards? And do you have any pointers for me?
You
For
you
me.
you
Yeah,
Nestor?
yeah. He's asking you to give me pointers.
Oh, Ness, but you ain't you not really doing the ringside commentary. I know you've done
Yeah.
some smokers and stuff like that.
Yeah, I have, but yeah, I don't think that's my thing either, man. That takes a lot of discipline to stay focused on, speaking TV friendly and then calling the live
Yeah,
action, being a blow by blow.
yeah,
I congratulate, yourself and Mora, Bradley,
yeah.
Tarva, Malinaji. I love, you
But you,
know,
but you, but you're, but you're, but you're the kind of guy that belongs in the host position. Which is often where I'm at. I'm in the host position, and as told to me, we have you in the host position because the fight can handle itself. But when we come up in between fights, we need entertainment, and there's nobody else that we trust that can hold that down the way that you can. And that was
for
told to
sure.
me by Fox producers when I was telling them I want to go ringside. They said, no, we got to keep you up here. You're perfect for host position, you know?
Appreciate it.
Like for instance, if you came on with Kate, Kate is the kind of she's got the kind of experience that no matter who she's on with, she's always going to take care of you, put you in position, and then it'll run smooth. You
Nice.
having never been done like TV timing, It's a little bit different.
For
And
sure.
so I think in a couple reps, you good to go to handle a Kate position and not be a Shawn Porter next to Kate. You know what I mean?
For sure. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
I got
No,
the
you
GOAT.
nice. You nice with your stuff, man. You nice with your stuff.
Thank you, man. I got the GOAT that says, would you make a comeback if Turkey offered you the bag?
Can't do it, y'all. Can't do the comebacks. But I've been
Wow.
saying for a long time. I've been
That
saying
gotta
it
be
for a long
God. That
time.
gotta be God. Because how do you not come back for the money? It can't just
So
be not wanting to
you
work
said
out, right?
you said exactly, but you said it's gotta be God. So I'm gonna tell a long story short. I set myself up. I said when I'm done boxing, I'm gonna go into acting, and I'm gonna that's what I'm gonna do. My last bail, I believe, was November 21st of 2021. I was in Virginia in December of 2021 shooting reels for a film we're still looking to get funded right now. We are this close to getting this thing funded. Pre-production hopefully will be starting by August. We'll see. Waiting on some couple of things to come across. But listen, I've been telling y'all for a long time. The next time y'all see me in the ring, it'll be in the movie. That's it, y'all. I'm done. I'm done. It ain't
Nice.
got nothing to do with me not wanting. Well, it's got a little bit to do with me not wanting to train, but for the most part, I definitely do consider myself to be that 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 example that when you walk away from this, you should be able to walk away from this and stay away from it. Should you come back like Manny? Manny said, "Man, I was just depressed. I was crying. I was, for months." Said it took him months to get past that. And he said they happened to be watching boxing, him and his wife, and he asked his wife, "Do you think I can beat him?" And his wife said, "Go beat him."
Mm.
So that was a collective family decision for Manny to come back. Manny walking away wasn't because he wanted to. It was because his wife was just, I'm done. I can't go through this anymore. Jinky said do it, so he doing it. You know what I mean? We all got
Yeah.
our whys. I had my whys while I was doing it, and those whys, and I'm on to the next.
For sure. For sure. You still got time?
I got to get up out of here, man. Look, I
All
got
right.
two of them calling on me now.
Nah, I see you, man. Daddy Duty's call. We appreciate you as
You
always.
Big
Yes,
up, champ.
sir. Hey man, I appreciate y'all. Hey yo, listen. HyperX Arena tomorrow night, 5:30. The door is open. Come hang out with us.
Text Taylor, man. We was going back and forth. I was trying to get him on. He was busy. Tell him to check his DMs, man. We can
Okay.
finish our conversation and schedule him. I appreciate
Okay.
you, Shawn.
On the next one.
All
Appreciate
right.
you.
There you have it,
Peace.
ladies
See you
and
later, champ.
gents.